Okay, today I want to cover something I kind of came up with. I'm sure there's other people maybe have done something similar to this, but what I've done is I've taken a GoPro camera, and a couple of ideas is to make it a time-lapse system. Now, the camera already does time-lapse, but you're limited to the battery in the camera, which for time-lapse, probably maybe 3 hours. The battery life's usually 2.5 hours, but on time lapse it's a smaller drain on the battery. So I've not ever done a full time lapse with this camera to see what the battery range is, but if anybody knows, throw it in the show comments. I'd like to know. But what I kind of came up with off-the-shelf products, nothing really you have to do except one modification with the drill. So let's get into that. First, the components. I bought a Pelican Micro 1020 case, and there's different sizes of these depending on what size your battery would be. This is a Goal Zero Guide 10 Plus battery pack. Comes with 4 AA's. You can use AAA batteries in it, and I've even been told by GoPro if in a pinch you can actually use alkaline batteries in here that are non-rechargeable, and then it comes with a USB cable. So what modifications I did is I just took the standard GoPro housing, and I drilled a wide hole to the USB port. And what you can do also, I'm actually filming with it right now, but you can take and just buy a skeleton housing from GoPro if you don't want to have to modify, the underwater housing, which is probably the better way to go anyway. And buy the skeleton housing because it has the sides open already for you. And I had to drill a hole in the side of the Pelican Micro case. One tip is, I totally forgot about doing this, but I didn't remove the silicone inner piece. It just pulls out. I'm not going to pull it out. But when I drilled a hole, it actually, when the drill bit entered, it grabbed that silicone and twisted it all up. And so it messed it up a little bit, but nothing too bad. And then I took one of the flat mounts that came with the Helmet Hero, which is my package that I bought, and stuck it on top. One thing I would like to do is probably take one of my quick release plates for one of my Pelican, one of my Bogan Manfrotto products for my tripod, and maybe somehow attach that on the bottom here to where I can mount this in or on a tripod type device. Also, if you've watched my videos, I've done a lot of game camera work, and apologize for the sirens around me. I'm between a police and fire station, so obviously there's some call and they're off onto it. But I've done a lot of work with game cameras over the years, and sometimes they have problems not always triggering when they're supposed to. So you could actually use this not only as a time-lapse camera, but you could use it as a game camera where you can set up at your camp, go on a hike for the day, and just see, hey, did something come into my camp or something. Obviously, like a normal game camera, it triggers from motion or heat, but this would just run until you're able to turn it off. So it's a pretty easy hookup. You just take the battery that's came with the kit and open the case. And what I do is first actually is I take and put the small cable inside and get it all lined up as best as possible, kind of like so, and plug it in and turn it on to the middle section, which should have a little green light glowing. And I don't have here, but if I had like a little piece of foam or something, I could put that on top of the battery just to make, because this is not really snug inside. I mean, the battery pack would move around. As you can kind of see, it moves around. And just plug on the side like you normally would if you're charging it or offloading the images. and then you just squeeze the little bottom attachment and it's locked in. And that's basically what it looks like. It's pretty simple, very off the shelf, easy put together. If you had an LCD on here, you could line up, make sure it's getting the look or the picture you want, and that's what it looks like. If you had a shorter cable, it might be a bit better where this is not hanging out there. The way it is right now, I can't really push this cable back in, so this is sort of something I wish I had a smaller half size of this small USB cable. But anyway, little time-lapse rig for your GoPro, and actually you can see that it's charging my battery because it's a little bit low. That's something you can do also. It's a way of charging the battery if you need to. Being I have the GoZero Nomad 7, there actually, I think there's another port. Oh, here, yeah, it's actually a small input. If I really wanted, I could drill another hole, run a separate cable from the power pack to my solar panel, and this could be charged. The solar panel could charge this battery and run this basically indefinitely. Obviously, this will hold a 32 gig card. And from one test I did, I got about 7.5 hours on this battery pack with the camera. You do have to have a battery installed in the GoPro. And so I got about 7.5 hours out of it on a 32 gig card. I'll have to check back and I'll probably put in the show notes how many pictures were taken. But real simple to do. You're looking at about, I think, $80 for the for the GoZero Guide 10 battery pack. If you do with the solar panel, probably around 100, I think, is what they're going for now. And that's about it. Real easy to do, and I'm hoping to do more time-lapse work this year so I can show you guys stuff. And always really have a lot of fun looking at the YouTube videos out there, what other people have done with their time-lapse. So hope this helps you out. It's real easy to do. I don't have a lot of expertise with wiring things up and all that, so this was pretty simple, just needed a drill. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back later. Thanks.